Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. My name's Peter Drury and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Empoli lining up in what very much looks as though it's going to be a 5-3-2.
Well, it's an attempt, Peter, to put a solid bedrock in place and negotiate the game from there. If they can absorb what comes towards their box in the early stages, then the midfield can begin looking for more of the possession and can start thinking about a more probing influence on the contest. It all depends on keeping their goal intact, so they won't have to open up and indulge in taking risks at the other end.
There's the whistle, and here we go.
There's a player on this pitch who shines above the rest, and we're talking defence.
And that is?
Well, it's got to be Paolo Maldini.
Who's arguing?
Yeah, and he's a living, breathing symbol of leadership, loyalty and devotion to his craft. What a player.
Caresses it through, and a chance! And he's intervened well there. Marusic. For Luis Enrique. De Rossi. Akanji. Modric. And it's Di Lorenzo. For De Rossi. Marusic. De Rossi. And he's there to get it away. So Jim, what have you made of what we've seen so far?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up. Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more...
Terrific effort! No goals as yet. Passing is crisp and sharp. Empoli are a team that take pride in possession.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. They like to be brave with the ball, get on it, have a go, Peter, try something different. They certainly have the players who are very eager to take that on.
Oh, shooting chance! And that is wildly off target.
Look, we've all been there. Not that it'll make him feel much better at the moment.
Marusic. Zielinski. And it's Marusic. Modric. And Akanji. And it's Modric. De Rossi. Now it's Enrique. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Shot, and the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? And now they can clear their lines. This looks promising. Looking to play him in. Luis Enrique. Knocks it into space. Well, that's been cut out, well played. It's a good run down the right. Modric. Zielinski. And Di Lorenzo. And it's Modric. Here's Zielinski. Can he latch on to this? And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That's an imaginative pass. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Zielinski did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Marusic. Zielinski. And it's Marusic. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. And it's De Rossi. Luis Enrique! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Luis Enrique actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And now they can spring out of defence. Looking for the run. Cleared away. And this could be the final action of the first half. That's the end of the first 45. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
I have to say, I think it's a good performance, but it's clear that they need a little more energy and more precision up top. They proved they can create chances. Now they need to start putting them away. That's the next step.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time. So we're off again.
Barcelona have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's been slipped through, and he's got away from it. Nice shoots! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Modric. Zielinski. Now Modric. Di Lorenzo. And it's Modric. And here's Thuram. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. Zielinski. Modric. De Rossi conjures time and space where few can. Aims beyond the defence. And still we await the first breakthrough. Zielinski out towards the flank.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Out of play for a throw. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Well, Peter, I don't think there's anything tactical or injury-related here. I think it's just all about the push for a goal now.
Viene sostituito con il numero 32.
Modric. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. And it's Saelemaekers. Now, can they get him away? Saelemaekers gets into a good position. Elects to cross. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Nicely weighted ball. He's on it. Can he get away? Space for him to turn and look. And that interception was most necessary. Barcelona can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Well, he's going to inject a nice bit of pace into that front line, Peter, so I can see him making those runs in behind.
Barcelona are looking to go forward now. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And he was quick to react. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Barcelona perhaps contemplating their next change here. Zielinski. And it's De Rossi. Now Modric. Ambitious ball here. That's the keeper's ball.
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Zielinski. Modric. Gets a good foot in there. And it's Modric. And here's Morata. Oh, that has not gone well.
Barcelona are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
Saelemaekers. Can he finish? And it's in! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 19.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. So the first moment of real significance.
You have to credit the desire we've just seen here, Peter, the desire to stick to your task and keep on chipping away. Some might have backed off, but not this.
Can he finish? And he's stuck it away. We thought they were done, but never say never. Perfect placement, the one place the keeper couldn't reach.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Modric. And it's De Rossi. Barella. Modric. It's Modric!
Ci saranno 3 minuti di recupero.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. That looks a cracking ball. That's going to go a long way. Out for a throw. De Rossi does well to get it back. And they've got rid. And that is that. Well, nothing to separate the sides in the end. Not for the want of desire, drive or determination. No complaints. Salmakers claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Barcelona must have viewed this game as very winnable, but will no doubt have a healthier respect for this opposition now.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom and to wish you all a very good evening.